Hello everyone, welcome back to the Widzelli channel. Today we're going to be defeating Takanobu the Masterless in this Gold Skeleton chamber right here. You can find him in the Cave of Solitude, and you can see his chamber over here by this little gold skeleton key icon. He drops Catch of the Day, the spell, and the Mooshu Spellements Samoorai, Goat Monk, and Ninja Picks. So let's get right into it and learn how to defeat him. Takanobu the Masterless has about 11,000 health, a little more, and his minions have a little less than 6,000 health. So you have to do a decent amount of damage, but if you're max level or even like level 100 and on, it's not a ton of damage. Or even less than 100. It's not that much, but his cheats make it a little more difficult. His first one that you see here is that he casts Dark Wind if he has 6 pips or more. So you can change it, but he'll just get pips back up to 6 pips, so it might make it not useful at all because it'll just go away and it'll be a waste of your time. So I didn't use that in this strategy, but it is a possible strategy if you want to use it. One of the other significant cheats he has is that you cannot cast a blade. He will use a cheat to disarm you, which just gets rid of it. He doesn't steal it at all, but he gets rid of it. Now, if you use Elemental or Spirit Blade, the only one he'll take off of that is the Fire and the Life. However, my hitter in this run is a Fire, so we couldn't use Elemental Blade. But if you're Storm, you can totally go for it. Ice, I don't recommend being a hitter, but, do what you want. But if you're Storm, remember to use the Prism. The other really big cheat about this fight is that the minions will cast a Dispel if you use an attack of any kind. One of them will cast a Diffuse for balance, one of them will cast a Diffuse for Spirit Schools, and one of them will cast one for the Elemental Schools. Now you can use a Prism to make it cast a Diffuse for the opposite school, but it's just a bunch of unnecessary turns when you can just one-shot them. They only have about 6,000 health, and it's not impossible to do that amount. You can do it fairly quickly. This run, I think, took about 3 turns, and on the first round, you can see I just fainted with my support character on the boss, which ensured that he would die. And then on the fire, the hitter, his first turn, he used Mass Fire Trap, which is a great spell for this fight from the Dragoon gear, from your helmet. It is very helpful because it's a trap that gives plus 30% on everyone, and that is super helpful for the minions. But it's also not a blade, so the cheat can't get rid of it, which is why we used it in this run. And then, as you can see here on his second turn, he used an Astral spell to give him that plus 25% extra fire damage. Now, you can also use Berserk, which is plus 30% damage, or plus 40% damage with Frenzy, but they do make you take in more damage, and I think right here you can see the boss uses Leviathan, and he does a ton of damage to the fire. The fire almost dies, so you have to be aware that you might die if you use those, and you can get the job done with just the school Astral spell. But the other super critical thing that you should bring if you have it, I unfortunately do not have it, is Mass Feint. Yeah, look right there, 5,500 or 5,500 damage. He's down to 1,000 health. So yeah, just be aware of the damage you take. You can have one of your players bring shields if you want, if you have 4 characters, but if you have 4 characters, you could also get this done in like 1 or 2 turns. It's not that hard of a fight, especially if you have what I don't have, and that is Mass Feint, because that is a plus 75% on everyone, which is as good as the Dragoon thing plus 45% more, which is just phenomenal. So if you have that, bring it, but unfortunately I don't have it. But as you can see here, I didn't quite kill the minions, but I did kill the boss. And the second one, I think, blocked the critical because he took like half the damage that the other 2 took. But you can see right here the Dispel cheat happening. And if you use an AoE spell, it'll cast one for each of the people that are hit. So this guy's going to cast it 4 separate times, which I don't know about you, but I don't want to sit through 4 different Dispels. So the overtimes kill the first and the third character, but I had the Fire flee the match to avoid the Dispels, and also he got down to like 100 or 200 health. So you might have to flee if you're not doing it with 4 characters, but you can just use Dungeon Recall and come back. But this next part is just a bunch of overtimes going and me fleeing coming back, so I'll skip ahead to towards the end. Okay, yeah, so here I've come back. The first and third guy have died. I add a trap, but it's not really necessary. He only has about 600 health left at this point, and just use a small 6-pip spell to finish him off. So this spell is, not spell, this fight is pretty easy. You don't have to do a ton, you just have to have lots of traps, and the more people, as I always say in these videos, the easier it goes, and the larger your supply of gold skeleton keys. So if you get more people to do this, it'll make it go much, much easier. But as you can see, you get Master of the Masterless badge, which is a nice badge. You always want a new badge. You get Azoth, which is something new that for guilds and raids and a bunch of stuff, so that's always helpful. And then you get a ton of Spellements, just like the other fights. Tons of Goat Monk, tons of Samoorai, and tons of Ninja Pig. So that is how you defeat Takanobu the Masterless. Thank you so much for watching, and if this video helped you out, make sure to like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below letting me know what else you want help on. And I will be making a guide on all the other Spellman bosses. I've made one on the Grizzleheim boss and the Wisteria boss already, so make sure you check those out. And if you're missing gold skeleton keys, so you can't farm this guy to get all the spellements that you need, just shows requires gold skeleton key, make sure to check out my previous video on how you can get gold skeleton keys, so you can make sure to get all the spellements you want. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a phenomenal rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one.